Hey, what's up guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. So you can see that right now there is a new legendary hero that is available, and that is Elgath. He is a Dark Followers Attacker Mage type hero, and I've got to tell you, he is a really strong hitter. I did manage to get him, so I'm going to show you his loadout, and I did try him a little bit in the arena, and I'm going to show you what it's like using his skills. There are also some really good rare heroes, which I will talk about in the next video. I think they're really good, they're really strong, so I will level them up, and then I'll show you how to use them as well. So in terms of his loadout, it's going to be very similar to how I've always shown an attacker type, and that is going to be attack for your main stats, and then for your sub stats you want to look for critical rate, you want to look for critical damage, and if possible look for also some attack percentage, because it's all going to help. For gloves, look for critical damage if possible, and I personally have found that Crusher to be the best set overall for these attacker mage types, and so focus on that, make sure you have 85% or more higher, 85% or higher for critical rate, and try to bump up your critical damage as much as possible. His awakening will be focused on attack as well, so that's where you know you want to place your emphasis. His leadership skill gives you additional critical damage in arena, so that's something that's going to be really strong as well. If you have speedy heroes, you can take advantage of that. Taking a look at the special ability, Circle of Life deals damage to all allies. This is one that is new, and this is what makes him a good counter to enemies such as Inula or Hanya, because those heroes are going to put your enemies, your allies to sleep, and you're going to wake them up with this attack. So this is now how you have control over when your heroes get woken up from sleep. Otherwise, it's really difficult. And then he will heal himself for 100% of his attack, and then deals damage to a single enemy. So you may be tempted to put vampirism on him, but I don't think you actually need to have vampire sets on him. I think Crusher set is still going to work best. Now his passive ability, this is going to be an interesting one, and I want to explain this because I think people are going to be confused a little bit. So first, he has a 100% chance to use his special ability twice if he's at full HP. So that means if he's not at full health the first time, after he attacks, he's going to heal. If he's healed at 100%, then he will go ahead and attack one more time. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is he's going to restore 100 mana to himself if he kills an enemy with his special ability. Okay, so the key thing here is if you attack an enemy the first time and you don't kill an enemy, and then you kill him the second time with the passive, you're not going to gain 100 mana, because only the special ability, the first time you attack, that's going to count. And it only happens once per turn, so that means there's no loop. So let's say you use your special ability, you kill an enemy, and then you get 100% mana, and then you use it again to kill another enemy, you're not going to get 100% mana anymore, because that's still your turn. You must let another hero go before you can come back and take advantage of this passive. So this is something you're probably going to see in the future for other heroes as well. This is how they're preventing sort of this endless loop. Okay, and so I wanted to make sure I explain this very well, because that is something that you will definitely notice and wonder why that's happening. He also reduces his own damage received, which is amazing, by 4% for every 1,000 attack, maximum of 40%. He's immune to sleep, so there's nothing you can do to put him to sleep. You can wake everybody up. And he has mana gain if you want to take advantage of that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what he does in the arena, because he's super strong, and let's see how he performs. So let's go into arena. So you can see that I just tried him out a little bit, and I was able to get a couple of successes here. We're going to try one more, and we're just going to sort of like, randomly pick different opponents, and then we will see how he works. So there's actually a few teams that I think will work really well with him. Pairing him with Najar is always a good idea, or just any tank really. You can also pair him with Martin. Martin is another good option as well as a yellow hero. You can use Aurora, or you can use Scaffoldeth. I think that they are also really good because of their increase to attack. And then I bring in Helica to provide a heal. You can bring any other healer, I think, will work just fine. But in this particular case, I'm trying to avoid having my positive skills be stripped. And then we have Streebok as a leader. And so let's go ahead and give this a try. I'm going to focus mainly on the skills of Elgath. Okay, and so let's see what we can do here. And we're going to do this. And I don't think I can do any more light gem matches. So let's just go ahead and get Streetbox skill going. And so we will go ahead and load up his skill. And then what we'll do is at least prevent us from getting too much of the stun. We won't get stunned because we are at full stats already, so that's a good thing. And then I'm going to show you how much damage he can deal to Taiko-San after this. Okay, and so we will go ahead and see here. So we're going to go ahead and deal damage to Taiko-San, but before that, I'm going to get my attack up. So you can see right now his stats, he's at 7,758 with 188 critical damage. I could actually use his leader skill, which I didn't talk about, and that is he will actually grant additional 35% critical damage. So if you are already really speedy, you don't need Streetbox skill, you can give himself even more critical damage. So let's go ahead and deal attack. So you're going to see he's going to steal, and then he's going to attack one more time. And you can see how much health he took away from Taiko-San. Now, granted, we could also, he will get healed by Helica, but you can just see just how devastating his attack could be. And then if we manage to take out Taiko-San there, then he's going to be able to attack even more. And so because we damaged Taiko-San there, he wasn't able to stun us, which is what we want. And what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and use Helica to both heal and also give him I can almost let him fully activate his skill, but we will go ahead and use this one more time. And you can see we're going to be able to take out Taiko-San just like that. He is going to get revived, but we're just going to continue to knock him down. He is really strong. It is pretty amazing how strong he is. And then we're going to go ahead and prevent any heals. And again, one more time, we're going to prevent heals, and then we're going to make sure that we bring all of the attacks to Najar. Okay, and we're just going to continue to focus on Taiko-San first, and then we're going to focus on Gabriella. That's going to be our focus. And you can see the only problem is we are getting prevented, like we can't heal because of the dragon, but that's okay. We are going to, I don't think he has enough to do this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to not use his skill just yet. And instead, I'm just going to give some gem matches. We'll let Helica heal Taiko-San. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and use Elgath's skill on Taiko-San one more time. Okay. So you can see even though we weren't able to completely take him out, we could still deal just enough damage with him that we're going to be able to activate his skill. And you can see that you can also see at the same time, because I dealt so much damage, I was able to take out Nefre. I was able to take out Nefre because of the amount of damage I was able to deal, so that her Soul Link in that case actually ended up being a negative thing for her. Like that actually ended up hurting her. So that was actually really interesting to see. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to, I think at this point we can just go ahead and continue to fight, and then you'll see that he's going to be able to take out the enemies. I'm going to move fast forward now, and then we'll go on to the next fight. All right, so you saw there I was able to attack and take out Gabriella, attack Streetbox one more time, and then I am back at 100% mana. That allows me to attack him two more times, so a total of 4 hits. All right, a total of 4 hits in a single turn, and we took out our opponent with relative ease. And let's move on to the next one, and let's see if we can clear out this fight here. And so it's the same idea. The other thing I didn't call out here is because I'm using Helica. Whenever I use Helica's skill to heal Elgath, one of the side effects that is a benefit here is also that he also gets immunity. And so what happens there is a lot of the a lot of the times when there was a dragon that was trying to prevent a heal, he was able to resist all of that, and so he was able to continue to heal still, and that made a big difference. Actually, it really made a big difference. And so I just wanted to sort of call that out as well, in that this was one of those things where it really helped, really made a big difference in the match itself. All right, so I think that we don't see any light yellow gem matches, so that's good, because that will prevent us from getting too much damage from Raphael. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and use this. And I think what I want to do is I want to first take out Mrs. Claus, because I want to. I think I need to take out Mrs. Claus first, because like, if my immunity gets stripped or my heals get stripped, those are the things I want to prevent. So I'm going to go ahead and just attack her, and then we're going to move on and attack someone else because he heals. And then I can go ahead and continue to attack. And this time I'm going to also, basically go ahead and attack Aurora. All right. And so we're going to go ahead now and put block heal on all of them. And then we will go ahead and we're not going to be able to take them out quite yet, but Aurora should go down next, and then we will then focus fire on other opponents. So unfortunately, we do lose Helica here, but we will have 2 more turns here, so I think we should be okay. We're going to go ahead and damage. We're going to, well, we almost took out Aurora. I think we will go ahead and take her out with that hit there. And then we're going to make sure that we continue to taunt. And now this time we're going to focus fire on Raphael next. We are going to get hit here. So there's no more heal, but we do have reflect. So we are going to reflect back some of that damage. And we do now lose, Najar. This is going to be a close one, I think. This is definitely going to be a very close fight. We will probably also lose Streetblock here. And so now the question is, am I going to be able to take out Raphael with my Elgath? And it looks like not quite yet, but we are going to continue to try. We're going to continue to try, and we're going to we will take him out next turn. So I think we should be able to take him out without issues, because I think that he's going to be full health, and I'm going to be able to attack Raphael. And Raphael really is the only one that is of any sort of concern for me. And we're going to take him out, and then we're going to move on to probably to Streetblock next, right? And then now I'm going to be able to attack 2 more times against Streetblock. And with this, I think we'll be able to take out Streetblock with this next hit, and then we just have to deal with Sigil. And so you can just see how much of a difference Elgath makes, and there are a ton of heroes that I think that you could pair with him that would do really well. Like off the top of my head, I'm thinking I want to pair Isabel with him. Right, because of the vampirism that she's going to cast on him, so that he can automatically steal more health without any additional effort, without any other gears. I think that Perrin is going to be another really good one, because of the stun that he's going to cast, and you can just see, like, I was able to turn the fight around for the most part because of Elgath here. That is pretty amazing. I'm pretty happy with this, and so we will go ahead and wrap up this with our last shot, and here you go. All right, so earlier when I was in the arena, I said some of the heroes that I think Elgath would work well with, and here they are. Kaphadeth, I think, is going to be a really good person to pair with Elgath as well. And Isabel, I think, with her ability to give vampirism to everyone, will allow Elgath to really steal back a lot of health. Martin is going to be obviously the tank, and Hanya here actually benefits from having Elgath on the team, because he's the only hero so far I know that would actually attack everyone else, and then that in turn will wake up Hanya when she's asleep. And we're going to go ahead and use Kaphadeth's skill here. Then we're going to use Elgath, and you can see Hanya is now awake. We'll go ahead and put them to sleep. and then she gains some mana and she gains a little health, and then we're going to use Elgath one more time, and then you can see now she's awake again. And so this is sort of the loop that you can do to make sure that you can that you can wake up Hanya and use her abilities over and over. I do not have her skills maxed out, and so that's why she's not healing. She's not generating as much mana as she could. But we can, you can just see how useful and how well-rounded in terms of an attacker Elgath is. He's very weak though, so you do need to pair him with a tank for sure. You've seen just how easily he loses health, even though I have him. I have quite a few artifacts, gears that have health on it, but it still barely protects him against the grunts here. And so it is definitely a very interesting hero here. I really, really enjoy using him. I'm going to continue to try him out and see what else I can learn. So that's going to be it for me for today, everybody. Thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.